Sarah Palin called them Obamacare death panels, and she was vilified for it. Now, 4 years later, are a growing number of Democrats proving her right, like this one. Former Democratic National Committee Chairman Howard Dean, he's worried about the panel set up to decide how much health care you and I are entitled to, and so is this list of congressional Democrats. They want the panel repealed. Sarah Palin joins us now in the hot seat with her first reaction. Governor, thank you so much. Were you surprised when you see the likes of Howard Dean and other Democrats jumping on board saying, hey, the governor was right?
Well, it was a pleasant surprise, and I don't think that we should condone them for finally trying to jump off the Obama train wreck that is coming down the pike here. I appreciate that they acknowledge it. Of course, there are death panels in there, but the important thing to remember is that's just one aspect of this atrocious, unaffordable, cumbersome, burdensome, evil policy of Obama's, and that is Obamacare.
And what do you think their motive is for coming on to your side, saying, hey, maybe we should slow down with this law?
Well, it's in black and white in the law that there will be rationing of health care. They couldn't go forever in not acknowledging that, or they would look like complete buffoons, and they would be deemed incompetent, having not read the law to understand that death panels are a part of this atrocity. So I think it was just a matter of time, and the 22 Democrats who have now acknowledged part of the problem of Obamacare, again, as I say, they should be thanked and not condemned. And I think that as more and more of our congressmen and women actually read the law, and as more of us bring to light more things in the 20,000 pages of rules and regulations accompanying Obamacare, more of them will try to jump off the train wreck that's coming.
All right, well, let's change speeds a little bit here. The White House now in its third week calling scandals fake and phony. Governor, anything phony about 4 dead Americans in Benghazi or IRS targeting conservative groups and frankly in the NSA snooping?
Yeah, I'm still disgusted with the mainstream media having opportunity to do some follow-up questions and really pinning down our president and asking him, because as you point out, this is the 3rd week running now where he still poo-poos the Benghazi scandal and the government snooping on us scandals, and nobody's asking him, which scandals are you characterizing as being phony? And I wish that the press would do a better job at really pinning him down and making him answer to the people whom he is serving. What does he mean when he says that these things that we are so concerned about, he poo-poos them and acts like it's no big darn deal?
Yeah, and another topic, yesterday President Obama had his first solo press conference in many, many months. Take a listen to what he had to say about transparency. Listen.
We have to strike the right balance between protecting our security and preserving our freedoms.
So, more than one founding father said those willing to give up a little bit of security, a little bit of freedom for security deserve neither. Your thoughts?
There is no balance at all in this struggle for security and liberty when we have an illustration going on today with our government having lied about it, our government actually spying on innocent Americans and gathering data on us based on our communications, which really is a violation of our 4th Amendment. There's no balance there at all. That is stomping, trampling a boot on the neck of our liberty. That's not balance.
Yeah, I hold this in my pocket all the time, Governor. It's my pocket constitution. The 4th Amendment specifically says you have to have probable cause. That Section 215 of the Patriot Act actually says you can't even surveil U.S. citizens unless they're contacting someone overseas and you have probable cause that they're involved in some sort of terrorist activity. I think they're blowing this thing, out of the water. They're shredding this thing yet again.
Well, not only that, but the messenger then, he who told us what was going on in that department that is resulting in our finally awareness of the government spying on us, and that's Edward Snowden. He's the bad guy in all of this. They want to shoot the messenger instead of dealing with the problem. The problem is a trampling on our liberty, a trampling on our 4th Amendment rights.
Yeah, and at one point he was asked, I believe by Chuck Todd, is he going to be a whistleblower now? You've called him a traitor in the past. I thought it was an interesting exchange going back and forth. Before we run out of time, there's been a rift going back and forth between Senator Rand Paul and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Where are you on that? I mean, Rand Paul's the true libertarian there. Chris Christie says maybe he's too libertarian for our good. Where do you fall on this?
Where am I? I'm on Team Rand. Rand Paul understands. He gets a whole notion of "don't tread on me, government," whereas Christie is for big government and you know, trying to go along to get along in so many respects. And you know, some people look at him as, oh man, he's a governor who goes rogue. And now, you know, he's got a shtick going there where he's got a YouTube videographer following around, kind of these set-up situations sometimes, so that he can be seen as perhaps a little bit avant-garde and going rogue on things. But no, Christie's for more government, and his record proves that. Whereas Rand Paul, with that healthy libertarian streak that we need more of in our politicians, Team Rand Paul.
Amen to that, Governor. Governor Sarah Palin, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.